actual fear of talking on the phone called telephobia. A friend of mine told me that they think they have it or they know they have it. Hi guys, we are back in the car because I just finished at the gym. I wanted to do this video because it's on a topic that I've been thinking about a lot, which I feel like is usually how these videos come about. And I didn't know that there's an actual fear of talking on the phone called telephobia. A friend of mine told me that they think they have it or they know they have it. I'm not going to say their name because they may be watching this video. It's really hard to say there instead of he or she. I didn't know it was an actual fear, but I suppose it makes sense because we are the digital era where everything is either communicated by text or via social media. I just feel like lately there's so many apps that are taking place of, talking on the phone or, even texting, which is crazy. I remember years ago when I got my first cell phone, is one of those little Nokia ones. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. I had no choice but to either talk on the phone or text like one letter at a time. But the majority of the time when I need to talk to somebody, I would call them or talk to them on AIM, which definitely ages me a little bit, but those were the good old days. I feel like that's when, instant messaging was in its simplest form. Talking on the phone is the most avoided form of communication. And that's really, really unfortunate to me because I love talking on the phone. I feel like, especially when you're dating somebody and you're getting to know them, I mean, I have nothing wrong with texting them initially because, like you're testing the waters and see if you guys have anything in common. But I feel like eventually a phone conversation needs to happen. To me, there is nothing more attractive than a man who can have a proper conversation and hold his own, and have an opinion, because I think that if you can see yourself dating somebody, you're not gonna just be texting them. Most of the time you're gonna be spending time with them, and you need to be able to have a conversation. And I think talking on the phone is the closest thing to sitting and having a conversation. Another reason I love talking on the phone is because it's more intimate. When you're texting, you can't really tell the tone of their voice. You can't really tell the cadence of their voice. When you're on the phone, you can tell when they're joking or being sarcastic, and it's just less awkward, as weird as that sounds, because most people feel like talking on the phone is awkward. And when you're constantly texting or communicating through social media apps, you don't necessarily have the chance to practice your, not even public speaking, but practice your, conversation skills. If you're, somebody who is graduating from college, and going out into the world, the workforce, you're gonna go on interviews, and if you don't practice talking, I just feel like interviews are going to be a lot more awkward. It's just like anything else that you don't use very often. It starts, collecting, metaphoric, figurative, spider webs. Especially like dating, like when you like somebody and you're on the phone with them for hours and hours, it's just, there's nothing like it. And I guess to some people texting is like that, but I just love hearing somebody's voice. And in my opinion, there is absolutely nothing like a conversation on the phone. It's so fun. So let me know down below if you're like me and you enjoy phone conversations, or you're a texter, or you like communicating through the chat of social media. I know people who like messaging me on the chat on Snapchat, and And I know they have my phone number and they could just text me, but you know, like, everybody has their preferences. I'm not here to judge. So don't forget to check out my last video where I talked about Christian dating. It'll be linked in the first line of the description bar. I hope you guys have a really fun and safe weekend, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. That stage is like 1 or 2 months or even longer. As somebody who is new to the Christian dating scene, like, that makes me so paranoid because I'm used to